The first one came in October of 1984 against Washington. 1,250 games, regular and postseason later. The finale for Michael Jordan for Washington in Philadelphia. As you would expect, everybody who could get their hands on a media credential, a ticket, or claim that they knew somebody were there to see it, hear it, and enjoy it.
It's been fun. I'm ready to go. Don't need the hoopla that comes along with it. And obviously, when me coming in the arena, you can see all what it creates. But let's get it over with and move on.
A celebrity row, the likes of a Laker game. Bill Cosby on hand. Warren Sapp and Ron Harper. Spike Lee wearing some jersey from somewhere. Before the game, MJ presented with a personalized golf cart by Dr. J and Moses Malone. How sweet is that? Special moment pregame and the familiar announcement.
From North Carolina, at guard, 6'6", Michael Jordan.
Yes, they brought back the old PA voice at the old Chicago Stadium, Ray Clay, for the announcement. Then they played ball in the first quarter. Michael ready, and you hope there would be like a 45-point night. The jumper early ties the game at 11, but Michael Jordan would struggle. It's kind of the way the season was. Every time you went to a Wizards game, you'd hope it would be a big MJ night, but it was just a lot of jump shots, some short, some long, struggling. First quarter, 4 points, 2 of 8 field goals. Everything looked the same except the finishes. Those all used to go in. They did not. Meantime, the Sixers were playing for their playoff hopes at home. Still the focus on Jordan. Nice feed to Kwame Brown. One more look at one of Michael's last assists in his brilliant career to the enigmatic Kwame Brown. Michael didn't like Tommy Nunez's call.
Hit to the curve. Michael, I didn't see your hands on it, Michael. But I believe you. But I believe you. I saw the one hand on it.
Tommy's on his way out. He's retiring as well. Last Michael Jordan dunk ever, right there at the end of the half. He had 9 at the break on 4 of 11 shooting. Hold on to that one. You'll never see another one again. Still down big at the half. And here's Dan.
Third quarter, Michael came out hot with a couple of jumpers. The fadeaway. The Wizards are down 18. Michael, the jumper over Eric Snow. He was 6 of 15 from the floor. The Wizards are down 13. Late in the third, MJ would take a seat, and the Sixers took advantage. Sixers off and running. Iverson behind the back to Aaron McKee. Sixers up by 23. Under a minute in the third, it's Iverson. The deflection misses the lay-in, but Keith Van Horn, Sixers by 25 after 3. And Mike can only watch. It's been a familiar watch for him with this team struggling, but the fans want one more glimpse. Jordan would oblige. He needed 2 more points to average 20 points for the season at age 40. And Michael Jordan, his scoring career ends with a pair of free throws. He leads to a standing ovation. A standing ovation not only from the fans, his teammates, but also from the opposition as AI applauds. MJ says goodbye. He's done. Final line for Michael, 15 points, 6 of 15 from the floor. He played 28 minutes. In his first NBA game against Washington, 16 points, 5 of 16 from the field. Here's Michael Jordan unplugged.
Now I guess it hits me that I'm not going to be in a uniform anymore. So, and that's not a terrible feeling. I'm not. I don't. It's not terrible. It's something that I've come to grips with, and it's time. It's time. And I've seen a lot of people say my first time, my second time. This is the final retirement. You don't have to worry about me putting on another uniform. But and I feel it. And I feel it. And I welcome the time away from the game. When you're gonna give up something that you love, obviously it's an emotional situation. And I dealt with it. I came to grips with it. Before tonight. And tonight just brings back what impact you've had on people, not just in Chicago, not just in Washington D.C., but everywhere that you played. And to hear them yell and to hear them pay their respects that way, it's a chilling event, and it felt that way. I felt proud about what I've done over the years playing the game. But in terms of me, I'm happy with that. I think I can move on without a problem. I never took the game for granted. I was very true to the game. you know, and the game was very true to me. It was just that simple. I mean, the NBA is fun. I mean, you had a lot of young players who are starting to come into their own and learning more about their game and understanding the sacrifices of becoming team players, you know, and learning how to do that within a structured system, from KG to Iverson to Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant, Duncan. All these guys that I named have learned how to involve their teammates. You know, and you still got some young players on the horizon who's going to continue to do that. You know, Vince, you know, those players are starting to understand that, you know, you don't do it by yourself anymore. You know, you have to involve other players, and that's the system that I want in Washington D.C. I walk away happy. You know, I've given everything I could to the game of basketball physically. You know, I can still contribute mentally, but I've given everything physically that I could to the game.
So the final numbers of Michael Jordan. NBA's all-time leading scorer as far as average goes, both in the regular season and the playoffs, 32,292 career points. That's third on the all-time list, trailing only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Karl Malone.